Yesterday, Donald Trump spoke to reporters where he insisted that there was no possible way that Elizabeth Warren drew a crowd of roughly 20,000 people on Monday when she spoke in Manhattan. But after saying that it's impossible that Elizabeth Warren drew these crowds, he also said that it would be ridiculous if she didn't draw these crowds. Because obviously, Manhattan, one of the most densely populated areas of the United States, sure, any politician could walk in there, get tens of thousands of people to listen to him for however long they choose to talk, and then be on with their day. Trump says everybody, anybody could absolutely do that same thing, except, of course, obviously, Elizabeth Warren didn't have that, according to Trump. Here's what's happening right now. Elizabeth Warren's campaign, yes, they did say they're estimating there was about 20,000 people there at the Washington Square Park, and Trump doesn't like that. He wants to be the person that draws in the big crowds. In fact, his office and his campaign have been attacking Democrats for allegedly having low crowd turnout, even though not that long ago Bernie Sanders had well over 10,000 people show up to an event in Colorado, in Denver. 10,000 people for Bernie, 20,000 people for Elizabeth Warren, thousands of others showing up at every single one of these events. Meanwhile, we've seen the Trump rallies. Sure, there's people waiting outside, but then they get let in, and what do you see around the crowd? Oops, bunch of empty seats. Not a good look, is it, Trump? And that's why you're freaking out right now, because you're scared. That's why you're lashing out against these progressives, because you're scared. The people are flocking to them. The people are gravitating towards these candidates and away from you. And you can't handle that. You've always been all about crowd size, right? I mean, we remember after your inauguration where you insisted, in spite of the fact that there was photographic evidence to the contrary, that your inauguration sizes were bigger than Barack Obama's, when in fact you would be lucky to get even half the people that showed up for his inauguration. Nobody cares anymore. Most people in this country didn't even care during your first run, let alone now, Mr. hovering around 40% aggregate approval rating. And that's why people aren't showing up. They're tired of the sideshow. You got nothing new to offer. And I'm sure there are still people, obviously, who are diehard fans of yours and are absolutely willing to fight to the death to defend your honor. But the number of people willing to do that are kind of few and far between at this point. Oh yeah, you might tweet something out and get 5,000 of your most hardcore followers, those that are actually real humans, saying how much they love you. You might retweet failed comedians like Terrence K. Williams, who praises you because that's his new shtick, trying to capitalize on it. But deep down, you know that most people in this country do not like you. You can tweet out all you want about Rasmussen giving you 50% approval rating in one single poll, but we look at the aggregates. And again, you're around 42, 43% on a good day when you factor in all of the polls, not just focusing on that one right-wing skewed poll from Rasmussen. That's what's happening here. You're losing support, you're losing fans, you're losing crowd size, and the Democrats are the ones who look far more popular than you, not just in terms of crowd size, but in quite literally every single poll available today. One of our video sponsors today is Impeach, the card slap game, which you can purchase using the links at the top of the description of this video. And when you check out, use code RINGOFFIRE, all one word, to get 10% off your order. Now, Impeach, the card slap game is perfect for anybody who is not only tired of the Trump administration, but who also wants to share a little bit of information about Trump with your friends, because not only is this a fun game to play at parties, the cards actually have direct quotes from the president himself and stats about his presidency and his policies. So not only can you have a lot of fun with your friends playing the game, you actually learn something from it as well. The reviews on both Amazon and Etsy are phenomenal for this product. People love it. And part of the fun of it is that you finally get to actually slap
Donald Trump. Something a lot of our viewers, I'm pretty sure, have thought about, except now you can do it in the comfort of your own home around your friends. So again, follow the links at the top of the description of this video and use code RINGOFFIRE to get 10% off your order of Impeach the Card Slap game.